Mr. Kirchmann.
I feel it's up to the citizens to weigh the issue for themselves and decide for themselves. There are two sides of every story, and in this case there are indeed two sides, so I think it's up to the citizens to make their own determination.
Thank you. Ms. Harvey.
What I'd like to say about the recall is that I basically support it. And one of the reasons I support it is that George Barich has spoken a lot about free speech. And I would like to know where my free speech was when he took his position and wrote to President Obama and said that Cotati didn't want stimulus money. He represented himself as being the entire city of Cotati. He represented me. He wasn't listening to my voice. He didn't take my opinion into consideration. He did not ask me, where was free speech then? I would like to know.
Thank you. Ms. Harvey.
Serving on the city council is about representing the city and the needs of the residents, not of the individual. While differing opinions foster creative thought, the council as a whole needs to work out those differences and identify solutions for the betterment of our community. Mr. Barich stands steadfast in his own opinions and does not attempt to find a way to influence the council vote with thoughtful and persuasive argument. The city council sets the image for city government. George Barich has brought an unwanted attention to our city, one of shame and embarrassment. It is important that city council members conduct themselves at all times with professionalism and decorum. As evidenced by his antics, Mr. Barich has demonstrated he does not understand his leadership responsibilities to the citizens of Cotati.
Thank you. And Ms. Harvey, you will get the first response on the next question, which is, recall elections are inherently divisive. What would you do to heal the rifts in Cotati?
I think that it will be important that we listen to our citizens. I think that it will be important that we reach out to them. And I think that we need to work together to find solutions. And we will have to get through this. It's interesting because Cotati has had, over the years that I've been here, many rifts. There have been measures that have caused rifts. There have been buildings that have caused rifts. And the one thing that I've found about the city is the city and its citizens are very resilient. And I believe that this too shall pass, and we will be able to build those bridges and be able to get the community back together again.
Thank you. Mr. Barich.
It's been often said that with city councils, it's a 3-2 world in what gets governed and how things get governed. And it doesn't take long to walk door to door in this community to understand that this community is very, very divided on what it feels the future of Cotati should look like. How will we ever come together and solve any rifts when there's such a wide diversity of opinion about how people feel about what Cotati's future will look like? As far as healing, it's about respect. Respecting other people's opinion and working together in a professional manner is what the town should be striving for, and respecting each other's diversity. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Kirchmann.
Being the third speaker, I concur with both of the previous speakers. Cotati is a diverse community. It's diverse in age, it's diverse in ethnicity, it's diverse in culture. And it has overcome and grown through a number of changes. It's not the same place it was in 1980, 1990, or down. If anything, this has unified some people in terms of council meetings are attended fully. People in the community are discussing matters and discussing their future. And by and large, as negative as it may be, many things that are negative bring change about, so that hopefully we will resolve this issue and move forward, because there are far more important things that we need to face in the coming months.
Thank you. Ms. Harvey.
Well, I think that you'll find that actually the recall has brought together quite a few opinions and people who have had differences in the past who are actually all working together on the recall. So the recall itself is a point of people coming together and working for a common goal, who in the past had not agreed with each other. And what I would do is, if I was on the council, I would listen to what everybody had to say, and I would take everyone's opinion into account when I made a decision, and I would give careful thought to what opinions are out there, and opinions that I don't even agree with, I would listen to. I feel that that is what governance is about, to take everyone's opinion into account before you decide an issue.
Thank you. And Ms. Harvey, you will get the first response to the next question. This is from the audience. And thank you, audience, for your questions. How was your campaign financed?
My campaign was financed by individual citizens coming forward with donations to my campaign. And I have not, I was actually endorsed by the Women's Political Caucus of Sonoma County. So I did receive $100 from them. But aside from that, I have received all of my financing from individual citizens of Cotati.
Thank you. Ms. Harvey?
Can you repeat the question again?
Yes,
I was just
certainly.
listening.
The question is, how was your campaign financed?
My campaign was financed first and foremost from myself. Secondarily, I would also receive some endorsements, and with those endorsements, I did receive funding. I'm endorsed by the Cotati Police Management Association, and I was endorsed also by the Peace Officers Association of California. I was also endorsed by Preliminary Draper. So those are my contributions, and also the Sonoma County Young Democrats. So I received donations from all of those endorsements.
Thank you. Mr. Barich?
My campaign has been 100% self-financed. I think that the problem with politics today is too much money influencing these campaigns, where people are not representing the good of the town any longer, but representing special interests. I work 2 jobs, about 60 hours a week, so that I would have the income and the wherewithal to run a campaign like this. In 2008, as I won my seat on the council, I spent some $2,500 total on my campaign. That was less than any of my other opponents that ran in the race. I walked door to door, went through 2 pairs of tennis shoes, and worked tirelessly talking to everybody in town, and did not send out any mailers. And I think money in politics is the root of the problem in politics today. Thank you.
Mr. Kirchmann?
Excuse me, my campaign is completely self-financed. Thus far, I've spent $170. I don't believe that having a slick campaign or a lot of promotion is really the way to win votes in Cotati. I have not sought any endorsements. I did respond to one from the Democratic Party seeking whether I wish their endorsement, and I did, but that was simply because they contacted me.
Thank you. And you will get to respond first to the next question. Thank you. Can the city avoid bankruptcy, and how?
Certainly, I hope it can avoid bankruptcy. There are a number of potential avenues. Yesterday's Chronicle featured that tax measures are passing. Most of them are south of here. There's a need to realign, as it with many businesses and municipalities. There's a way of reducing costs. Unfortunately, that involves consolidating services and sometimes reducing salary and or terminating certain positions that may be in excess. We have a state-of-the-art police department. We should probably seek the sheriff's potentially not subletting, but using it as a substation along with our force and be able to maximize other resources the city has available to it. Time's running out, so that's pretty much.
Thank you.